Hi everyone, and welcome to today's Drama Hustle recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. Oh, ECAT, don't get up. You have to see the situation I'm in. I have ECAT here and Misha here, but I think ECAT's getting up, unfortunately. So that means you're stuck with me. I know, it's so horrible. Alright, so let's get right to it, as long as I can sit semi-comfortably, right, Misha? She lays on my armrest, which is just the cutest little thing in the world. But anyway, that's not why you came here, so let's get to it. So, at Claudette's, Anna and Griffin pack Charlotte's stuff. He has no idea how to do this parent thing, and she says he's not alone and he has support, and nobody knows how to be a parent, until, oh, what's going on over there? You like your snazzy new collar? Yeah. Oh, don't be mean to the baby. Maxie bangs on the door, and she's so beyond upset that she got kidnapped, and, she wants a piece of Claudette, and even if she has to pull her hair out, she wants ants, she's beyond. And Anna's like, yeah, Claudette took off. So Anna tells them what happened, and Griffin says Claudette knocked him out, and Maxie's kind of unsympathetic because of her plight, and Anna says that Claudette must have figured out she was next, so she took off. So Maxie says Valentine must be behind it, and Anna wants to talk about the guy who took her. And there's a manhunt for this guy now that Dante seems to be heading. So Nathan arranged that the police will be waiting for her in Canada, and a WSB agent's going to be there too. And Griffin is like, well, I got it from here. And Nathan's like, no, it's, you know what, I want to be involved in this. I want to protect you guys. And I think they're very appreciative. So Anna doesn't... Nathan and Maxie leave. So Anna doesn't feel Charlotte is the target, and Claudette's the target. So Claudette lured the danger away, and Griffin's like, well, that makes her a far better mother than I gave her credit for. And I was like, I wouldn't jump on that bandwagon just yet. And, don't give her all that. Just not yet. I mean, it's good. It's very possible. It's true, but I'm not there yet, personally. So, he thinks that this must be so painful for Claudette leaving her child behind, even though she's already tried to do it twice in the past, 3 days. And again, I'm not there yet. Call me cynical, but I'm just not there yet. And he feels that, he wasn't Claudette's first option. Nathan was. That's why she staged this whole thing where Nathan was her father. So, she has no faith in him to protect Charlotte. At the Metro Court, Alexis gives Julian a piece of her mind, and she says it should have been him, and she makes a scene and takes a poll that would people throw a parade if he was gone. And she's very drunk, or at least she's drunk. She knows better than to do this. So Julian says it was a tragedy, but it could have been worse. And I'm like, why? Because it could have been you. But he actually doesn't say that. I know you're surprised. I'm surprised. We're all surprised. He says that Morgan, being as drunk as he was and mixing his medication with alcohol, which he wasn't, he could have driven into people or driven into another car. And he says Carly and Sonny were really bad parents, and are really bad parents, and some other choice words. And Carly, of course, overhears him, because why wouldn't she? And she grabs him, smacks him, and tells him to get out. So then she gives him a piece of her mind, and she grabs a bottle, and Lex is like, hey, let's not do that. And then Carly kicks him out of Port Charles. And I'm like, I don't think you can do that, but I appreciate you trying. And, where am I? Oh, so when he, leaves, she throws the bottle after him. And I was like, I'm pretty sure that was just a full bottle of, champagne or something. So Alexis and Carly talk. Alexis says she's so sorry. And Carly's like, oh, I hate that expression because, you didn't do anything and it can't bring him back. And I don't know. I feel like that was all said for a very apparent reason. I feel like that was very, that was... Other people have said they're so sorry. I don't know. I feel like there's something there, So Alexis says that she's in her thoughts and prayers and she can't comprehend what she's going through. Carly's like, yeah, I can't either. And Alexis really internalizes it and says, it could happen to me. Like, it very easily could happen to, like, any of us. And Carly tells Alexis not to get in the way next time, but, like, in a nice way, because Carly needs a fight. Also at the Metro Court, Nathan wants Maxie to eat something. She doesn't feel like it, after being kidnapped and almost killed. And she's like she's worried about Charlotte, and he says that she'll be fine, she's got all of them, and even maybe Maxie. And, Maxie, after being what she's been through, she doesn't want Claudette physically harmed, at least not by anyone but her. And then Nathan gets a call. At the PCPD, Jordan asserts Curtis is working for Sonny, so she must have been talking to TJ or something, and she doesn't want him to get caught up in the investigation or, ruin her investigation. She thinks that he's obscuring evidence or, like, trying to muddy the waters, and then after, talking her way through it, she figures out that he's not, in fact, working for Sonny, he's working for Julian, because I guess his silence says more than words do. So she wants his information, it's his obligation, and he's like, no. And she's like, look, I'm trying to stop a war. You would just be inciting it. And he says that Julian lost faith in the PCPD, and that's why he hired Curtis to help send Sonny to jail. So he says he thinks she's threatened by him. What's she afraid of? Maybe she likes this contentious relationship. And then Audrey calls and she's like, I'll call you back. Like, I can only deal with one person at a time. Like, I can't right now. So she says that he needs to go and that he'll mess it up anyway, like he messes up everything he touches, and that, it didn't really go over well because that was kind of mean, right, Demish? Hello. She's so tired. She just woke up. Why are you so tired? You literally just woke up. I watched you wake up. Hi, baby. So where were we? So then Curtis gets a call from Julian. He wants Sonny in prison. And he wants Carly to stop making him look bad in front of Alexis. And I'm like, literally, what? Like, what? Carly's making you look bad in front of Alexis? Carly, that's what's happening. Really? Oi. So on the bridge that we see every so often, it's usually a precursor to Robin coming by, and I saw the promo and might have some news for you at the end of this. So Michael and Nell are on the bridge, and Nell researched the history of the city and the White Stone Bridge and all that, and I was like, I don't even know that, and I've watched the show for 8 years? More if you count the times I was on and off, but pretty much solidly 8 years. Oh, I think next year will be my 10-year relationship of watching it. Oh, okay. Sorry. Woo, this is what happens when I film late. I'm everywhere. So he thinks about his childhood with Morgan, and, he had Morgan's keys, and, like, the key from the old house either had a penguin on it, or there's something with penguins on the keychain, and that Morgan loved their loyalty, and, how penguins, they come together every season and they'd always be with the same mate. And I was like, Morgan has been on this show for like 3 years, and I have heard him talk about penguins 0 times. So someone woke up and the other one accidentally scared them. That's what happened. I literally saw it out of the corner of my eye. But like penguins, it's like that episode of Law and Order with the blonde lawyer when they were putting her to trial by jury. Do you remember that? Oh, never mind. But, like, they brought up a detail that you're like, literally, I've watched a show for, like, 20 years, and, like, that's never been talked about before. Anyway, so, Nell asks how Morgan would feel. 1 second. When sleepy cats wake up and see another cat, it is just never good news, let me tell you. Everyone is cranky now. So, anyway, so she asks how, Morgan would feel knowing that no one is standing by Sonny. And she says, look, I don't know Sonny well, but, like, he's been drinking all the time. And there's, like, a delay when he talks. Like, he needs to think about it. And he's only okay with Avery. And Michael's like, well, at least he has Avery. And she's like, no, that's not enough. She is a baby, Michael. She can't even talk barely. And she's not sure that he'll make it alone. And, he's like, well, I can't, like, forgive him. And I was like, I'm not asking you to forgive him. Like, and he says, well, maybe I'll be able to forgive him one day, but like right now I can only think about Morgan. She's like, well, you don't have to forgive him to just share your grieving, you know? And Michael then gets a call from Alexis. She says Carly could use some support, so who does he go to, you know? And he asked Nell if she could stay over for Avery just one more night, and she's like, all right. I wouldn't say no, personally. I mean, that is a gorgeous house. Oh my goodness, it's so late. I don't want to hear about how I'm yawning. I've been really good. It's one night. I'm trying to pause it as many times as possible, but it's 11:39, y'all. I've been up since 11:39 this morning. Don't judge me. I'm just kidding. I was up earlier than that. No, I wasn't. So Jason, at the Haunted Star, Jason separates Scott and Sonny. And Scott keeps going, goes double down, and talking about, have the dreams started, have the visits started, because I get them every night. And Ava advises Scott to stop with the Sonny thing. Jason takes Sonny away, and she says she texted Jason. He's like, well, you should have called the police, and I'm going to call the police now. And Ava's like, no, you're not. You're not going to call the police. She feels that if the police get involved and Sonny has to retell the story too many times, he'll start to get suspicious of their conversation, and it might occur to him that Morgan was acting like he was off his meds, and that he'll think about how many times Ava was in the house, and how she had access to his room and how she was caught in his room, and they decide to let Sonny destruct by himself. And I was like, that's nice. That is not nice. At Sonny's office, Jason brings Sonny there. He brings up how he had to go Sonny brings up how he had to go through the broker because the man he trusted refused to do the job, and now his son is dead. And I was like, okay, I know I brought that up, but I didn't think they would bring that up. Like, I didn't think they would go there, but then they went there, and I was like, I am surprised. So Sonny wants to move on, but like, he can't unring that bell. And Sonny's like, fine, you could have taken Julian out just like that, no problem, but I can't count on you anymore. And Jason wants to find out what happened, and Sonny feels that he set it in motion, he's got nothing left, everyone's gone, and Jason says, look, I'm still here, and Sonny's like, no, I lost you a long time ago. And Sonny says Jason's not his friend anymore, which I know all of like the diehard General Hospital fans who have been watching way longer than me, hearts just broke a little bit after hearing that. Because my heart broke a little bit, so I'm like, I can't imagine, And he just wants his son back, and he has nothing left to lose, and he kicks Jason out. So I think y'all are gonna get your wish about Jason coming back to the business. I'm seeing that happening in the near future. I really am, because it starts with looking into this, and then it just snowballs. Now end scene, I know, right? Anna wants Griffin to get some sleep, and he feels he's failed every test in front of him at the church, with Claudette again, and now he's like failing at being a father, and he can't be a father, he just can't. And Anna's like, well, you'll have to give her up, like that's your only other option. The Calgary PD called Nathan, and Claudette wasn't on her plane. So I guess they hadn't taken off yet when Dick Roman, Valentine Cassadine sat next to her. So he could have feasibly taken her off the plane and kidnapped her. There's a gloved person breaking into Sonny's office, and that person is Curtis. Does that mean he's the gloved man who took the meds out of the trash can? Or could there be two gloved people in General Hospital? I mean, that just seems, nobody even has the same name. They had to kick John McBain off because John and Johnny were on at the same time, and that was just too confusing for us. There was a whole lot of drama, but don't think I didn't take notice that they had a John and Johnny. I was like, I'm sure they did not plan on that. Anyway, that happened 5 years ago. What are you talking about? So could Curtis be the person who kind of caught Ava disposing of evidence? Ava thinks of her former dead lovers, Silas, Morgan, however you felt about that, and Nicholas. I don't know if you would count him. And then Avery I haven't done that in the longest time. Ava gets a mystery call from Nicholas. So if things haven't resolved with Tyler Christopher, which I haven't heard that they have, I'm sure that would have been front page General Hospital news. Does this mean they're bringing back Nick Sable, it's something like that, to be Nicholas? I don't think I would totally hate that, although it really is Tyler Christopher's role and I would miss him. But if they're bringing back Nicholas as a recast, what do you think of that? So Jordan calls Andre. She's sorry. Sorry. What am I, Canadian? Love you, Canada. You're like the second country that watches us the most, or third. Australia's up there somewhere too, and the United Kingdom. The more countries than I've been to. Do you know how many countries I've been to? One, and that's because I live there. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, Jordan calls Andre. She's sorry. She was short with him before. It was a work thing. I'm like, it's always a work thing with Jordan. Not in a bad way. It just always is. Curtis goes through Sonny's desk, and Jason catches him. The snowball effect already happening. What's he gonna do? Just let him get away with it? Like, come on. Michael goes to see Carly. She figures out Alexis called, and he tells her that Sonny isn't doing so well. So Sonny's on the bridge, and I see this going very, very badly. He thinks about his last conversation with Morgan, when Morgan was like so upset, and about telling Carly Morgan's dead, and Carly's anger, and turns out he has a gun. And, you know, I'm not a gun person, but it is a gorgeous gun. It's like all silver and like, I don't know, just very aesthetically pleasing for a gun. But I see no good happening with that gun, and I think he should throw it in the water, even though it's so beautiful. And he apologizes to Morgan, and I'm like, somebody get to him in 2 seconds. And so if you don't want to hear what happened in promos and you want tomorrow to be like a total surprise, stop watching now. I won't take it personally. I thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. But if you do want to hear the little promo at the end of today, had Robin, I'm sure it's not actually Robin in flesh, it's just like, you know, hallucination Robin, but Robin talking to Sonny. So I feel like that bridge is almost always a precursor to Robin somehow coming back to us in a form. And alright, so I just wanted to say that because I think we're getting some symbolism that's starting to catch on. Alright, now we're past that point where I'm just like out of my head. So I should probably stop filming myself to put on the internet. But I will see you tomorrow for more General Hospital, and I hope you have a great day, night, or morning whenever you're watching this. Alright, bye!